Good evening. Got home from work a little bit ago and I thought I was going to make beef and broccoli and I just didn't feel like making it. So I took out some venison burger and I'm going to make some quick sliders because then we'll have leftovers for lunch tomorrow or anything. And I thought I'll show you how I make these sliders. They're real simple. It's an easy recipe, if you want to call it a recipe even, but they're really good. And it works really well with venison. I've done it with hamburger too, because not everyone will eat the venison, but I've done it with both and it's equally good. With venison, it just really gives it a really good flavor. So let me show you what I do. I have 1 pound of ground beef that is hopefully thawed, a little frozen in the middle, so I'm going to have to break it up some. What I do is I mix a packet of Lipton onion soup mix in with it, and I make it kind of to taste like a White Castle. It doesn't have the onions on top like a White Castle, it has it mixed in. And we're going to do it real simple. I picked up some chips and dip, and that's what we're going to have for dinner. So I'm going to use this whole packet. If you have someone who isn't real fond of onions, you might need to use a different flavor. But this recipe works well for people that like onion flavor. These work great for a party too. I'll do these, and I will do some of the ham and Swiss cheese with the mustard sauce, Mom's recipe, and have some other little things to go with it, some finger food, and it's a fun gathering for us. I have a small, I think it's called a quarter sheet pan. It is from Pampered Chef, and that's not all mixed in. Let's make sure we don't leave any of that seasoning in the bowl. So basically, I just pat it out in the shape of the the same size as those. And this will shrink some, so if it's a little bit bigger, that's okay too. So that looks pretty good. So this is going to go in the oven until the meat is done. Doesn't take that long, maybe 20 minutes. So I'm going to put it in and wash my hands. Let me wash my hands first before I touch the oven. Okay, while the meat's cooking, I'll get the rolls ready. And I cut them in half. Yeah, they had Hawaiian rolls that were slider buns. They're more perfectly round shaped and there was gaps in between them, and they were already sliced, and they were $1 more. So yeah, I don't need that. You can put cheese on these or not, and there is a sauce that I serve with them too. It's nothing fancy. It is just ketchup and mustard and a dash of Worcestershire, if I can say that right. So, got those middle ones a little too much. I'm going to put some back on center there, where I got them a little thin. I guess that's one thing you don't have to worry about if you buy them pre-sliced. So I can set this aside now. And there is a sauce that I brush on the top. Some melted butter. I have 3 tablespoons here. I'll add some garlic powder to it. About a half a teaspoon. And I will just brush this on the top when I go to put them in the oven. I'm going to make the sauce now that goes on them. It's basically equal portions of ketchup and yellow mustard. That is what they used at White Castle or Top Hat. We used to have Top Hat burgers stores by us where we lived in Detroit suburb area when I was growing up, and my mom would give me a few dollars and I would ride my bike there and bring us back a whole bag of Top Hat burgers of Worcestershire. That's ready to go on the burgers. I don't know if you can tell. It is done. It is not pink at all. So, what we do now is we bring the buns over. I'm going to take the top part off. Get out a couple of spatulas. That's what I have found works best for me. And make sure it's all loosened. And move it over. As you can see, it covers it really well. So I'm going to get out some cheese now. You can use any kind of cheese you want, sliced cheese. I'm going for the traditional, just Kraft. I actually like them without the cheese too. We place the top bun on, the butter and garlic. I'm going to brush the top. And this is a little bigger than what's needed, so I'm going to tuck some of the meat in so that when I go to slice it. Okay, I'm going to cover it with foil now, and Ellie's going to bark because she barks at foil. See, there she barks. The reflection it makes on the ceiling, she barks at. As since she was a puppy. I'm going to put this back in. I'll bring you back when they're done to show you what they look like. Out of the oven. Can you see them? Okay. They are hot. They are crunchy. And now you just cut them. You cut them into individual sliders. I used to make sliders by making little teeny patties and frying them all up on the pan and then placing them on the slider buns. And it's like, so when Barbara told me that she does them this way, I thought, well, this is great. And I will even take these after I've made them and put them in a crock pot on low or warm to keep them warm during a party. If there's like layers of them, then I will put parchment in between so they don't stick together. Let's get a plate out. Let's serve one up. Move the hot pan over here. Here's how they look. I got dill slices out and bread and butter. My husband likes bread and butter a lot. I'm gonna put one dill slice on mine, some of the sauce, and put it on the bun back on. So here we go. Here's what we have left. I'm going to package them up for tomorrow. I'll take a couple for my lunch with the salad, or one with the salad, and Jim will eat 2 or 3 of the others for sure. So these were really good. We really like them, and the leftovers heat up really well in the microwave. So I hope that you enjoy these if you try them, and thank you so much for stopping by Pike Creek Farm. I really appreciate everyone that stops by my channel. And if you like this video, if you push the like button, and if you want to see more videos on canning and baking and cooking and vintage recipes and life here on Pike Creek Farm, then just push the subscribe button. And I'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.